Naked and Afraid Apocalypse Episode 3 is a brutal, emotional, and suspenseful chapter in the series, showing just how far survivalists will go when the world has ended and nature is the only enemy. The episode opens with eerie atmosphere and animal sounds, setting the tone for a night of isolation and fear. Joe faces his first night solo after Amber is forced out due to a worsening eye injury, leaving him to survive alone for the next 30 days. The tension between teammates, risky missions, and medical emergencies have already taken their toll, and the remaining survivalists are pushed to their limits. Joe quickly realizes that calories are everything in this wasteland. He crafts a scorpion scooper from copper piping and begins hunting scorpions, chopping off their tails for safety and roasting them over a fire. The narration explains that South Africa is home to over 150 species of scorpions, some with stings that can cause muscle spasms and respiratory failure. Joe's technique, pouring water down scorpion holes to flush them out, shows his resourcefulness, but the reality is grim. Scorpions are the only reliable food source and every calorie counts. Joe's meal of scorpion kebabs is a small victory, but the taste is only a little bit like chicken, and the struggle for sustenance continues. Meanwhile, Waz and Teal work together to improve their boma shelter, hauling a porcelain toilet down for comfort and improvising with bug nets to catch protein. The extreme heat and stress prove too much for Russell, who is forced to leave, leaving Waz and Teal as a team of two. They focus on fortifying their shelter, gathering charcoals, tinder, and mopani leaves to enrich their water with vitamins and minerals. The mopani leaves, high in fatty acids and protein, are boiled and eaten, providing a bitter but much-needed meal after 4 days without food. Steven and Alexa adapt their primitive fishing techniques, using scavenged items to rig lines and traps in hopes of catching catfish. Frank tries his luck with the bow, stalking lizards and other game, but food remains elusive. The lack of protein hits Miranda the hardest, and with another mouth to feed after Kel joins the team, the pressure to provide intensifies. Miranda's energy levels plummet, and dehydration becomes a real threat. The medic is called in to assess her condition, and after hours of rest, her heart rate remains dangerously high. Miranda is medically tapped out of the challenge, a heartbreaking moment for her and her teammates. The episode highlights the mental and physical toll of starvation. Joe repurposes Amber's shoes and string, reflecting on the importance of technology and innovation in survival. He finds a mopane moth which provides 3 times the protein of beef per ounce, but after roasting and eating it, he vomits, losing precious calories and water. The struggle to keep going is relentless, and Joe's determination is tested as he battles dehydration and calorie deficits. Frank's hunting efforts finally pay off when he tracks and kills an Impala doe, providing a massive protein win for his team. The tracking is grueling with thorns, heat, and predators everywhere, but Frank's persistence is rewarded. The team celebrates with a feast of heart, liver, kidneys, and stew, using every part of the animal to maximize nutrition. Alexa, a vegetarian and animal lover, faces her own internal battle as she eats meat for the first time since she was 13, realizing that survival sometimes means going against core beliefs. The dangers of the environment are ever present. Lion growls echo near the camp, and fresh lion prints are found just 40 yards from the boma. Waz and Teal shore up their shelter with barbed wire and thorns, knowing that predators are always lurking. Teal suffers a painful eye injury from rusted wire, and the medic arrives to flush her eye with antibiotics, warning that infection could force her out of the challenge. The emotional toll is evident as Teal struggles with pain and the fear of losing her vision. Water is another constant challenge. Joe builds a filtration system using leaves, sand, and charcoal, hoping to avoid the time-consuming process of boiling water. The system works, providing cool, clean water, but the taste of dirt is a reminder of the harsh conditions. Every drop of water and every calorie is precious, and the survivalists must balance energy expenditure with the need to hunt, gather, and protect themselves. The episode ends with more setbacks. Kel's energy levels crash, and she decides to leave the challenge, recognizing that her body can't keep up with the demands of the environment. Wes and Steve are left as a team of 2, determined to make it to day 35 despite slow starvation and mounting pressure. The mental attitude required to survive is as important as physical strength, and the survivors must dig deep to keep going. Throughout Naked and Afraid Apocalypse Episode 3, the themes of teamwork, resilience, and adaptation are front and center. The survivalists face starvation, dehydration, injury, and predators, relying on ingenuity and grit to overcome each obstacle. The emotional highs and lows, victory after a successful hunt, heartbreak after a teammate taps out, make the episode a compelling and raw look at what it takes to survive in a post-apocalyptic world. If you haven't watched Naked and Afraid Apocalypse Episode 3 yet, now is the perfect time to catch up. The episode is a masterclass in survival storytelling, blending action, emotion, and suspense in a way that keeps viewers hooked from start to finish. The challenges, the triumphs, and the heartbreaks make this a must-watch for fans of adventure, survival, and human drama.